Quick little video here of a 3-card reading. This is using the Nova Witch Tarot, and that is by Suki Ferguson and artwork by Anna Novice. It's a lovely deck. I think it was 2004. Came out from Llewellyn. This is just going to be a general reading for whoever finds value from it. All right, we have a pair of 2 cards there. We have the 2 of Wands, the 2 of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is the card of the year for this year because 2026, the individual numbers in that add up to 10. So 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 equals 10. And so the Wheel of Fortune card is the card of the year. Our Wheel of Fortune is this is interesting because I was just listening to a Hidden Brain podcast talking about how we tend to remember negative things. And negative things, it's kind of a feature of our brain where that negative things stick in our brains more than positive things. And so with the Wheel of Fortune, we tend to remember, we see it and we think, oh, the wheel's going to go down, the wheel's going to go down. Well, the wheel goes up too. And so, the end of the podcast was saying, people make fun of, oh yeah, I'm learning to do my gratitude and try to journal every day about something that's positive. But when you actually do try to do those things, it does become a part of your system. And so, look for, it is important to remember that things will eventually have a downturn. Everything is cyclical. But, when it comes back up, look for the upturns. Look for the little things that mean, things are looking up again. And the 2s, I really like the 2s in this deck. There is very much an equilibrium about the 2s that I like accompanying this Wheel of Fortune. It's interesting. Oh, God. Okay. I just blew my own brain with this reading because looking at the 2s, I was looking at this reading and I just thought, this kind of makes me think of that it adds up. If I took these 3 cards together, I can almost see it as being a temperance card. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? And then I added the card numbers up, and it adds up to 14, which is the number of temperance. I love that so much. But the 2 of Wands and the 2 of Cups, Wands are a fiery suit with a lot of energy, and Cups are a more receiving kind of energy. It's interesting because I can see a give and take with each of those suits, with a give of fiery energy and receiving fire energy, and then with the Cups of giving love and expressing love and taking love in, showing the 2 hands on each one, giving and receiving. And that whole theme is centralized with that Wheel of Fortune card. So I think that's going to be your 3-card reading today, is just thinking about, this brings in mind to temperance. Boy, I wonder if I'd be able to find the temperance card in this deck as I keep talking, blathering on, saying nonsense. That is something that I have done. I've given a workshop on before, is tarot math, and one of the things that I talked about in there is, this the idea of, you look at a card and you see what's there, and you read for the cards that are there first, and which always makes sense to me, of course. But then, if you get to the end and you're left a little wanting, like, God, I feel like there's something missing, literally look at what cards are missing from the reading. So is there something that's not there? And also do the math. So if you actually are looking at this spread and you look at it and say, yeah, I get that. I get that there's, this feeling of kind of a balance, and what goes up must come down. I do get that too. But I feel like there's something missing. Well, look at the numbers. There's a 10. Wheel of Fortune has a 10 card, and the twos are, twos. 10 minus 2 is 8. Is there an 8 card that would help you explain some of this? Like literally strength, using the strength card with that as not being here. Is there a missing strength that you're noticing? Or an 8 of a suit, like the 2 suits that are not here are swords and pentacles. 8 of swords, 8 of pentacles. I mean, what connotations do they bring up that this is something that's missing? And also, when a card is missing, that doesn't mean you're lacking it. It could mean that it's something that either you have already taken care of, so you don't need to worry about it, or it's something that is not yet ready for you to deal with. It's something maybe in the future. And so here I'm going to put this Temperance card in. Here is the actual Temperance card from this suit. I love that she looks like a dancer. I love that she's a dancer in this one. Creating her doing her mix, and these little thin, delicate little vines or flowers that are growing here. Kind of mirroring the dual aspect of the twos that are next to it. Very fun. I hope you enjoyed this reading.